immigration is here today, and we want to send a clear message to him that he has to meet with the families who are affected by the Homeland Security.
And what are the organizations that are represented here today?
Well, here is ICIRR, the Illinois Coalition of Immigrant Refugee Rights, Centros Sin Fronteras, Las Familias Unidas, and different churches that we are coming to send a clear message to the President and also to the Director of ICE that they shall meet with the families who are affected, and we need a moratorium in the deportations now.
Tell me a little bit about the circumstance of people who are waiting on immigration policy reform.
Well, we have people who are now being arrested from the police departments and sent with the Homeland Security. For example, in our church, we have like 500 families affected.
Well, thank you again. And your name, sir?
Father José Landaverde from Our Lady Guadalupe Anglican Catholic Mission.
Que tienen el privilegio de votar en este país, el derecho de guardar sus votos en esta caja fuerte y decirle al presidente Barack Obama que nosotros no le vamos a entregar ese voto hasta que él cumple con sus promesas y para la separación de familias. ¿Se puede? Sí. Ahora vamos a escuchar la canción que hizo pues Rosalba y su padre, y Gio los va a acompañar.
My name is Father Chuck Dom. I'm a Catholic priest and the pastor of St. Pius V Parish in Chicago, which is a large Catholic parish in the Hispanic immigrant community in Chicago. And what we are seeing today is a government, through the Homeland Security, dividing our families. What does that mean? They make raids on people, or they stop people in traffic, take them from their cars because they don't have driver's license, because they're unable to get them, but they have to work. They take them to jail, and from jail they are handed over to the immigration services, and they deport them. So frequently this is the man, the husband, the father of children, who is working to sustain his family. And he is arrested, never gets a chance to go back to his family, and is deported pretty summarily. He might have a little bit of hearing, but it means really nothing. And that leaves his wife and his children here generally without any economic support, because he was the one sustaining the family. Now this is a tragedy, because here we have in our community literally hundreds of families that are being affected in this way. And it's basically because our immigration policy is so out of date, it doesn't know how to treat these kinds of situations. Our visa system is so limited that these people have no chance of getting a visa. There is no line in which they can stand. So they come here because they don't have anything to eat. There is no work for them in Mexico, generally speaking, and so they come here where actually they can find jobs, and they do have jobs, and they are generally stopped in traffic by police, by county sheriffs, who then find that they have no driver's license, turn them over to immigration officials, and they're deported, but their families remain here, destitute and desperate. Now, the wreckage of all these families comes to us in the churches across the upper northeast, in particular, of Illinois. This is a tragedy. What are we to do? We don't have the resources to sustain them. They just took away their major provider. So that's why we're here today. Now the government says, well, they're deporting only criminals. Well, this is just untrue. They are deporting very innocent people who have no criminal record. Some of them may have some criminal record, but it is a minor or misdemeanor offense. It's not a felony. And so why are we doing this? It's a tragedy.
Hi, my name is Catalina Lopez. My family right now is going through the whole deportation process. I served in the military. I was in the Illinois Army National Guard. I have a family full of vets. My grandfather served in the Marines. My uncle was a Marine. I have several uncles that were in the United States Army. I have an uncle in the Navy. So we all joined the military to support our country and to defend the rights. So right now this seems like a complete injustice that now my husband may be going back to his country. I have a 7-year-old daughter, a 19-month-old son. My daughter has been in counseling. Her grades have dropped. She's a straight A student, and her grades have dropped because she hasn't had her father. And he's a very good man. He works 12-hour days, comes home and takes care of his children all the time. He's a very big part of their life. And he's been gone from us for 10 months now. And every day is just as hard as the first day. And now the United States is asking my children to either grow up fatherless or to take my American children to another country to live. And this is all they've known. This is what they do. And I don't understand how Obama and everybody else can think it's okay to tear families apart and to break them up when all the statistics say that families growing up without fathers, that the children are more likely to commit crimes and live a very difficult life. And how do you do that? Right now my family's on public aid. I'm getting cash assistance, food stamps just to make it, and even then we're still struggling to survive when my husband was there and he was providing for us. So I ask for anybody that's listening to please join and try and help and make a change so that we can get the immigration reform that's necessary to improve our country. Thank you.
The numbers of the families of people that they are arrested and the people who are not criminals. So as you can see, it's a big difference between the criminals and the people who are working families who have been arrested by under this program, Secure Communities, which is supposed to be help the communities to be safe. But instead of that, they are taking the families who are working families only, and just a very minimum percentage of them are criminals. So we are not opposing them deporting the criminals. We also want a safe community. So, but we don't want them to keep destroying the families.